Hey everyone, hey. So I wanted to come through today to talk about respect and respectability politics, especially in regards to women and how women may internalize this and how it can be detrimental, okay? If you are constantly seeking validation and seeking respect from people who, quite frankly, will never respect you, especially under certain power structures and hierarchies, like patriarchy, right? Which is a form of institutionalized misogyny and sexism. So, anyway, I wanted to show you some pieces of content that I've come across online, like I always do, to kind of illustrate the point of how feeding into or internalizing much of the rhetoric around respectability politics, especially when it comes to women's bodies and how a woman should be in order to be marriage material, wife material, or a good woman, or a woman who deserves respect, how that can be extremely detrimental to women as a whole. Okay, all right, now I wanted to show you this. It's super hilarious to me. I posted this a while ago on my channel, but I love this. Actually, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna fix my camera really quickly. But take a look at that, y'all. Take a look at that. You know, it's I just think it's hilarious that a lot of these men are, always talking about, oh, I don't respect women. I don't respect a woman who's on OnlyFans. I don't respect women who engages in sex work. I don't respect women. But it's like, sir, have you ever been to the strip club? Have you ever watched pornography? That, my friend, is supporting sex work. So you're saying you don't respect women who have an OnlyFans, but you yourself have probably been to a strip club. You yourself probably consume a bunch of pornography, and those two are manifestations of sex work, right? So this video is to encourage women to think critically about respectability politics when men like to say, oh, they don't respect women who engage in certain activities or behaviors, but they are the very people who create the demand for said behaviors and activities. The reason why OnlyFans is huge, the reason why women are able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on OnlyFans is because thirsty men create the demand for it. And if you fall into the trap of internalizing this message that tells you that if you engage in certain activities, like if you have an OnlyFans or you engage in any form, if you're an exotic dancer, if you're a stripper or whatever, any type of sex work, if you engage in that, you're a hoe, you're horrible, you're not worthy. You're not worthy. No one wants a man like a woman like that. Understand, this rhetoric exists in order to control women. And I mean, at the end of the day, men have never respected women, especially under a patriarchal system. Men have seen women as a source of sex and a means for reproduction. They get puss from you, and they get the children that they want from you. That's it. That's all you are to most men. Okay, you have to understand that. And if you tell me, oh, that's not true, universe, that's not true. There are some good men out there. Yeah, sure. Well, yeah. I believe that there are also some good cobras, and there's some good rattlesnakes out there. But as Muhammad Ali put it before, if you see hundreds of cobras and snakes and poisonous snakes and rattlesnakes coming towards you, but there are some good ones in that crowd that's coming after you, are you just going to stand there and say, you know what, I believe the good rattlesnakes, the good poisonous snakes are going to prevent all the other ones from harming me? No, you're not going to do that. And that's how you should look at men or any other group of people who actively behave in a way that upholds certain oppressive power structures. Patriarchy being one of them, racism being another one, and so on and so forth. There's a bunch of them, right? But going back to this post right here, this guy is saying no respect for we're going to use the word woman. He says, no respect for a woman with OnlyFans. Respect yourself and your morals. And this a woman comes in and she's like, women buying houses with OnlyFans. What can they purchase with your respect? And this is the name of the title. Like, what can you do with their respect? Okay, so once you've bent over backwards, once you've jumped through the hoops, once you've done everything right, and you have someone's perceived respect, because you never know if you really have it, right? What can you do with it? What can you do with that respect? Can you travel the world with that respect? Can you establish some financial security with that respect? Can you buy yourself a home, as mentioned in this piece of content right here? What can you do with their respect once you've done everything right? Once you have done everything that they said a good woman will do, what can you do with their respect? Now, this is an open question. Anybody can chime in. If you'd like to chime in the chat, you can. I don't see myself being on here for too much longer, but I'm going to put the link in the chat. Here it is right here. You can join to say something if you'd like, but this is a serious question. This is a very serious question that they have. Like, what can you do with their respect? Quite frankly, I'd rather be chasing checks than some respect, honestly, because you can do a lot with some capital. You can do a lot with some economic capital. You can do anything. You can buy almost anything with it. But what can you buy with respect that can be lost like that if you make one wrong move? Right here. You can click that if you'd like to join. But anyway, honestly, I think a lot of women have been brainwashed to chase the wrong things. I'm gonna play a clip, a real quick clip, because I don't want to have to deal with some of the copyright issues that YouTube presents. But there's a rapper that I really enjoy. His name is JID, and in his song Somebody, he kind of talks about what I'm talking about. I'm gonna play it really, really, really quickly. But it's right here. I'm gonna play it.
I never been pressed for all the cameras in the press. I'm not the type of guy that be wildin' for respect. I'd rather be wildin' for a check. I'm doing that now.
All right, so he says here, I'm not the type of guy that be wildin' for respect. I'd rather be wildin' for a check. See, like, men will tell you, but you have to listen. Men will sit here and tell you what you should be focused on, what they are focusing on. Right? You have a bunch of men like this who will tell women, respect yourself because I don't have respect for you. Cover your body up. Don't show your body, even though you're getting paid for it. Don't show your body, even though they would do the exact, even though they be running around, running on the track with no shirt on. They showing their body. Why don't they respect themselves? Cover up your body and respect yourself. But they don't care about your respect. Especially if they're getting paid. Because you know what? When you have money, you have freedom, and the respect will follow. People are going to want to be like you because you're freer than most people when you are financially free, right? But anyway, I'm going to show you a couple of other pieces of content. Okay, and this is just another one. Just to call out some of the hypocrisy when it comes to respectability politics. This is another post that I came across. It made me think of this topic as well when it comes to women seeking respect. But, you know, you guys remember when this happened, when women were twerking in a nice restaurant and the Black male owner got upset, right? So a man is co-signing that Black owner saying, so y'all mad at the brother for asking folks to not twerk in his 5-star restaurant. I'm sorry, but I'm with him. If I take my mom or grandmother out to dinner, I don't want to see women twerking. Take that elsewhere. There is a time and place for everything. But here's the thing. My only issue with the whole situation is that you're in the restaurant, they were playing twerk music. You know, you have Black men making countless hundreds of songs. So many songs about how they like big booties, they like big booties twerking, they like to see them shaking, they shake your, they say it over and over again in these songs, but then when a woman actually does it, there's an issue. It's like, make up your mind. If you don't want to see twerking, then stop making countless songs dedicated to twerking. You see, no one ever tells women about the other side of the respectability politics problem, right? Now, if you are acting in accordance with said respectability politics and you're playing the game, but there is an end goal in mind, okay, I get it. It is a means to an end. If you're going to sit there and dress nice and be classy because it's a means to an end, fine, do it. But don't do it because you feel as though you have to do it and therefore you don't deserve respect. Understand that men have never respected women. Because if they did, guess what? The wage gap wouldn't exist. The glass ceiling wouldn't exist. Hiring discrimination wouldn't exist. Rampant sexual harassment wouldn't exist. 50,000 women a year wouldn't be dying from domestic violence if men truly had respect for women. They don't have respect for women. They tell you to cover up your bodies. They tell you what you should do with your bodies because your bodies are extremely powerful and they want control over your body. So what they do is they resort to indoctrination and brainwashing and telling you what is right or what is wrong, which type of women deserve respect, which type of women don't deserve respect. They've never respected you. You are a source of puss to them and a source to get children. That is it, especially under patriarchy. Now, if we were under some other dominant power structures, maybe this conversation would be different. However, I'm gonna finish with this post right here that I love so much. Again, if you want to act submissive as a way to get something, okay, it is a means to an end. But this idea of, being in a perpetual state of submission and just doing what these men tell you to do is highly, highly problematic. Because at that point, they control you. You, as a woman, should be controlling how you act, what type of behaviors you will take on in order to get what you want, have your own agenda, have your own goal, and act into accordance so you can achieve said goal, so you can attain said agenda. But just don't do it because you think that's what you're supposed to be doing. What you have, don't think that what you have between your legs just, it dictates your permanent position in society, in the world. It doesn't. So I'm going to read this, and it says, if submission were natural to women, there wouldn't be thousands of sermons every day reminding women to submit, because nature doesn't need reminders to run its course. These reminders exist because indoctrination depends on constant reinforcement to keep harmful ideologies alive. Okay, understand that. Understand that you as a woman, because you create life, because without you, no one would exist on this planet. Without having gone through a woman's portal to enter in this world, no one would be here. You have to understand that's very powerful. And you have to understand that when it comes to power, people will always try to control and suppress the power source, and that is you. So be careful what you internalize, be careful what you believe, be careful what you take for granted, and always ask yourself, who benefits from me internalizing this message that I am being presented? Who benefits? Whose interests does it serve that I believe that because I am a woman, I should be submissive? Who does that benefit? Whose interests does that serve? Ask yourself that, no matter what it is. no matter what it is, you have to ask yourself, anytime you are presented with an idea, anytime someone tells you what you should be, what you shouldn't be, what you should do, what you should not do, ask yourself, qui bono, Latin for who benefits? Whose interest does this serve? I challenge you to think critically about the information you are being presented with and the information that is being shoved down your throat, pretty much. Okay. All right. Now, that is it. Thank you for coming through. And I will see you lovely people later. Bye.